Everything looks okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's live stream. I am your teacher tonight. Or it's tonight for me. It might be afternoon or morning for you. Uh, and it's a Q&A this week. And this week is a little different Q&A because a couple hours or about an hour and a half ago, I posted on the Learn English Live community section. You should have got a notification asking you to send me your questions early today so I can prepare answers for those questions. So whoever posted a question in the community tab today, the community section, I will answer your questions today. I'm not gonna answer from the chat. And you guys are wondering, where's the community chat? Well, you should have got a notification. So in the website there's a community, and I posted the question here where I asked you to post your questions there. And some of you did, and I got your questions, guys. I'll answer those questions. But the reason I did that, it gives me a little more time to prepare the questions. All right. Anyway, before I get into the questions, I'll just take a quick look who was here. Layla's here. Oh, she says, hello, Jesus. Yeah, still, how was your weekend? I just want to make a joke. Everything's fine, Layla. And Lolly, I got your question. And Andre, hello. Hey, Franna. Lots of members today. Good to see you guys early. It feels like a long time since I talked to a lot of you. Yeah, Layla, you couldn't find the community section. Well, you should have got a notification on your phone. If you are subscribed to the channel and you click the bell for notifications, you will get the community notifications. Okay. So when I do today is a practice run. I know a lot of you are confused, but in the future, I'm always going to use the community tab for questions. All right. Did you delete the post? I deleted the post because I have to prepare the questions before the live stream. So if you put a question before the live stream, I was able to prepare some answer or check something. So that post is gone. You cannot ask questions. No one can ask questions. Hussein Osman, hello. And Afrana, I don't see that post anymore. Is that only for... No, I delete the post when I start the live stream. Hello, Carrie. Grace. Sarah. Oh, geez, we got a lot of people. So you guys are confused. Please. It's a little bit noisy. Please. I'll say click, bell notification. It's hard to type. So please subscribe and hit bell notification. So when I put a community post, you are notified on your phone. If you only subscribe, you're not going to be notified. You got to click that bell to be notified when I send a post. All right. Anyway, let's get into the questions. I got a few questions, and I'll start with Carrie's question. And I'm going to put up the question here. All right, so Carrie asked, could you recommend the website where I can read English essay or thesis? Okay, so Carrie is asking, Carrie's interested in writing English essays. And English essays are very important if you're planning to study IELTS, TOEFL, these kind of tests, because the writing section, usually you have an essay section. So I guess Carrie is planning to write IELTS or TOEFL test. I think she's better than IELTS or TOEFL, but if this is what she wants, let's fix up her question first. Could you recommend the website where I can read English essays? Let's put that plural, or thesis. Now, what is a thesis? I'll get the, I guess I needed more time to prepare. Let's put thesis here. How come it's so small? Let's change that color. So a thesis is a statement or an opinion that is discussed in a logical way. Okay, well, here. I'm going to cut the definition to simple. Okay, so the thesis is a statement, something you're saying is true, or an opinion in an essay. And that's usually in the first paragraph of an essay. You should have a thesis. What is the essay about? So in your first paragraph of an essay, you got to write your thesis. What you're trying to say is true, whether it's a statement or an opinion. And then the rest of the essay is proving your thesis with evidence. Now, in this video, I'm not talking about the essay writing, so this is it. So she's asking, could you recommend the website where I can read English essays or thesis? And I would say, learn about how to write a thesis. Okay, so I'm going to figure, this is probably what she's asking. So she wants to learn English essay, she wants to learn how to write a thesis, and this is very important. Now, her question is only asking about the website. So I checked a few websites, and I will recommend a few websites. Now the first website that we're going to go to, let me put this here. Straighten it out, is the British Council. And the British Council, if you don't know, I think everyone knows, is they're awesome for material about English and learning English better than me. Excuse me, let me have some tea. So I'll put this link below the video. It's the British Council, and it talks about essays. And you can go here, and I think it's very simple. I'm going to put structure 1, and it says essay structure 1, and you got to read this, and you're going to be confused. What is all this? What is all this here? Well, these are different kinds of essays. And different ways to do an essay. So they'll discuss each kind of essay here. Whatever you want to write, they discuss the different kinds of essays and the basic of what that essay is. All right, and they kind of talk about the structure of those essays. So I'm not teaching this, but anyway, I'll put this link below the video later. Make sure Carrie gets that. And another website, I'll put it here. Let's go there. That's not found. All right, is a lot of university websites. So if you write how to write an essay in this Google, a lot of university websites will come up, and this is the University, I think, of South Wales. and they want to help their students write essays. And this type of website gives tips on how to write a good essay. So this website will talk about the structure, introduction, body, and conclusion, and what are you doing in each part, okay? And they give tips and things like that. So those are two good websites, and I'll put them in the video description later. All right, so hopefully those will help you carry. It's up, well, whoever is interested in writing an essay, it's up to you to go to these websites, get the information yourself. All right, so I hope that helps, Carrie. If anyone has a question about essays, quick question, now is the time to ask. Layla, are you doing the same every week to post our question community section? Yep. So you guys got to be watching probably about 2 or 3 hours before the live stream. I'll put that. So it gives me time to prepare. Vlogs of SB from India. So good luck, Carrie, with the essay. And of course, I can check your essay in our next writing lab. If anyone writes an essay, and I'll check that in the writing lab. All right, and let's go to another question. I'll put this other question a student asked. Hopefully you can see that. What's the difference between writing as you speak and formal writing for the test or essay? So basically, what's the difference between speaking English and writing English? And there's a very big difference. When we're speaking English, it's very casual, okay? When native speakers or non-native speakers were speaking English, we are breaking pronunciation rules. Sometimes we're breaking grammar rules. We're using the wrong words. We're using incomplete sentences. We're not using full sentences. So speaking is, if, for example, if we have a sentence like good morning, that's a sentence people will say, and you can write that sentence. But when we're speaking, it's very common for people just to say morning. They cut out the good morning. So this is not really a sentence, right? It's just a word. But in speaking, that's what we do. Anyway, what's the difference between writing as you speak and formal writing for the test or essay? Well, let's take a look at Fanny. Now, you guys, a lot of you know I'm editing Fanny's videos, and I have an example from her pronunciation video. Now, Fanny is an awesome teacher, and she speaks English fluently. And this is the beginning of her video. We're not going to watch the video, just the beginning part.
And in this video, I'm going to focus on two final consonant sounds, the sounds T and D. They can be confused.
All right, so that was the beginning, but oops, I don't want that. We're going to go to the script of what Fanny actually says. And I'm going to copy what the script of that video. I'm going to put it here. Let's take a look at what Fanny says in her video. And then you'll get an idea. So she starts the video, and in this video. All right, well, if we're writing an essay, we should never start any sentence or any essay with and. So, she can do that because she's speaking, but for an essay, no, we would never do that. But it's okay for speaking. So she says, and in this video, I'm going to focus on 2 final consonant sounds. Okay? So if it was an essay, I would cut the and just start with in. We must cut that and. The sounds T and D, they can be confusing. They sound quite the same, but they are different. All right. And she's starting another sentence with and here. Probably in an essay, we don't want to start a sentence with and. We would change that to also. All right. So but anyway, if you go through scripts of videos, so if you're watching the subtitles of videos, you got to remember that you're watching informal speech, right? It's very informal. People are breaking rules here and there, but an essay, we cannot break the rules. Let's go back to, so going back to the question, what's the difference between writing as you speak and formal writing for the test? Well, formal writing for the test is very clear sentences, and usually we're not starting with words like and, but, because. We're not starting with so, and of course we want to no slang. No, we try not to use idioms. You depend what your essay is about. You can throw in some idioms, but definitely don't use slang. Never use slang. Things like that. Okay, so the best way is to read essays. The more essays that you read, the more you will understand the difference. Okay, I'm going to take a break, see what's happening in the chat. Layla, do we only need to write essays for studying? Yeah, if you're going to do an IELTS test or a TOEFL test, you should study essay writing. If you're not going to do an IELTS test or a TOEFL test, you don't need to study essay writing. Vlogs of SB. In writing, we need grammar. Well, in writing, we need perfect grammar. Okay? Writing, when you are writing an essay, you should always try to have the best grammar. And yep, in speaking, native speakers will never have perfect grammar in speaking. And Alyssa, is it all right to write not to mention or needless to say in essays? Yeah, I think so. I think it's okay. It's okay to use those expressions, but I think there are better expressions to use. And in an essay, you want to use concise language, and you don't want to use these are more speaking expressions, not really writing, but you can. I think those ones might be okay. Layla, will we be able to post our questions hours before? Yep. Jachath, I'm not answering any question today. Layla, which is a good topic to write essay? I don't know. Whatever IELTS and TOEFL recommend. Layla, you don't need to write an essay. If you want to learn, you could learn, but you don't need that. And could I know what is the difference between an essay and assignment? Okay, I'm going to put that up here. That's a good question from Layla about our topic. So we'll start with the easier word. Assignment just means your homework. Now, an essay could be homework, or a worksheet can be homework, or an assignment, or that just means any task, any homework that your teacher gives you. It doesn't have to be an essay. It can be an essay, but when your teacher says, okay, tonight's homework is do this, that's the assignment. An essay is writing, writing an opinion, writing. This is a very simple way. You're writing in a structured form. Let's put structured. So there's a introduction, body, conclusion, and you're usually, not always, but you're proving your opinion. So you got to provide evidence of your thesis, your opinion. Dwee, Fanny is my favorite teacher too. She is from Belgium. Yes. How do you know she's from Belgium? Did I tell you that? I usually don't tell people where she's from for her safety. Hey, Franna, I was confused because sometimes people recommend to watch movies with English subtitles, but they were using speaking English. As you say, the speaking and writing English are different. Well, Anna, what do you need? I think you need speaking English more than writing English. Anna, I don't think you don't need to write an essay. You don't need to write a newspaper article. Maybe you need to write a letter or email. And well, if it's a business email, it's a little more formal. But if you're writing an email to me, you can be casual. So I think it's okay to look at subtitles. Everyone here should learn speaking more than essay writing, unless you need to write an essay. Lolly lolly, can we use phrasal verbs in an essay? There are some common phrasal verbs. I'm not going to go, I don't know, there's thousands of phrasal verbs. But there are some that we shouldn't use. I would have to check on that, but I would say yes and no. So try not to. There's always a better word. Try not to. All right, I'm going to go on to the next question that was in the community tab. This is from, I think it was Lolly Lolly. She says, please, what's the difference between inquiry and enquiry? I think that I'm pronouncing this one correct. Thanks. All right, well, let's get rid of that thanks. Now, Lolly Lolly, I'm going to pick on you. Sorry. Lolly Lolly, you are an amazing student, but this is a dictionary question. So what I mean by a dictionary question is you have the answer if you check the dictionary. So my philosophy, sorry, Lolly Lolly, I'm not picking on you. There's many students who do this. So, I don't want to upset Lolly Lolly. I'm not targeting you, Lolly Lolly. Everyone loves Lolly Lolly. But you did ask a dictionary question. Now, a dictionary question is, again, you can answer the question. You don't need the teacher. So, my philosophy, asking a teacher a dictionary question is the same as asking a dentist to brush your teeth. Now, when you go to the dentist, do you ask the dentist, please brush my teeth? No. The dentist's job is to check the teeth. And if there's a problem, fix the problem. And the teacher is the same. Don't ask us to check the dictionary for you or be a dictionary. So what I love students to do is you bring me a sentence using inquiry and enquiry. You bring me sentences and then I check them and then I tell you you're right or wrong. But anyway, getting to the we are going to check the dictionary together about these words because it's a good question, but easy to answer. So as you guys know, I love Oxford. And let's put in inquiry. There's inquiry. And what does it say here? Also enquiry, especially in British English. So right there in the dictionary, I recommend every live stream, you got your answer immediately. Let's put that in our so there's inquiry. And let's just check inquiry to make sure. So it's British English. That's why I had a little difficulty pronouncing. So I checked inquiry. It says especially British English. Also inquiry, North American British English. So right there. And let's copy that. And even if you went to the dictionary and you checked inquiry and British version, you would see they have the exact same definition. So, what's the difference between these two words? No difference, other than this word is mainly British. I just brushed your teeth for you, lolly lolly. I'm not picking on just lolly lolly. All of you who ask me dictionary questions. Mahdi, a short piece of writing. All right, let's take Mahdi's definition here. Whether he wrote it or he copied it, I don't care. Short piece of writing on a particular subject, especially one done by students as part of the work for a course. That's the definition of essay. Looks good. Better than mine. Layla, in my case, if I study how to write an essay, that would be a waste of my time. Well, Layla, who is going to check your essay? And sorry, I don't check essays. So I think it would be a waste of your time unless you have somebody to check your essay. Now, Layla, if you plan to go to university in America or Australia or Canada, I will check your essays. But if you're just doing it for a hobby, sorry, Layla, I'm not going to check essays. Essays are very long, very long. I don't think you need to learn them. I don't find inquiry in a dictionary. You're not using the best dictionary, the Oxford Learner's Dictionary. I use that every day, guys. They don't give me money, but the Oxford Dictionary, this is the best dictionary. The Oxford Learner's Dictionary. You get that app. This is the best dictionary. The best, it's just the best. My second is Cambridge, but number one, Oxford. I'm always using Oxford. It's the most helpful dictionary. Grace, but some words make me confused how to use it in a correct way. Again, don't ask the dentist to brush your teeth. You write the sentences and then ask the teacher, check. Teacher checks your sentences and then the teacher can fix. So teachers, don't ask the teacher for a definition of a word. All right, I'm going to go on to our next question that was put into the community tab. I think this was Anna. All right, what is screw in this context? So screw here, let's put a quotation. So screw you, Dad. I tried to figure out the meaning, but I was confused. Well, you know what I'm going to do first is go to the Oxford Dictionary. Robin loves... screw has many meanings. And let's see. Well, some of them are bad. All right. They're not really talking about it because it's a little bit bad. So in this context, probably I can't really say this word because YouTube might not like this expression, but everyone here, you can read this. It says, so you, Dad. This is just someone's going to say that in anger, and it's a bad word. It's just a bad expression to say to someone. So the son or daughter is very angry and they want to say something bad to their dad. They're going to say this. So it's just a bad expression. I can't really say more because it's YouTube. YouTube is family place. We can't talk about bad words. If we talk about bad words, they might do something to my video. All right, and next question. We'll jump to the next question. So I think who wrote this one? I forgot. I think maybe Jonathan. Sorry, it might be Jonathan. Jonathan here? Jonathan, did you write this question? All right. He writes, good day. Good day. Well, there's definitely informal speaking. Good day, Robin. Just wondering if you could explain why the pronunciation of the T and D in the words wedding and wedding is the same, and if there are any more cases where this happens. Thanks for help. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the unimportant words. So it's a pronunciation of T and D in the words wedding and wedding. Is it the same? And if there are any more cases where this happens. This I'm just typing on the page here. So it says, explain why the pronunciation of T and D in wedding and wetting, are they the same? And he wants me to explain that. Now, yes and no. Let's focus on the T sound. And guys, this is very important pronunciation. Now, I'm not an expert pronunciation teacher, so I will just give the information that I know and I checked. So the T sound, there are 4 T sounds. The first sound of T is called the true T. So if we have a word like today, or tomorrow, that T sound is a true T. You can hear the t, today, today, tomorrow. You hear the T sound. You hear the T sound. Now let's put that over here. Now, T makes D sound. So a lot of you might know sometimes the T in a word doesn't make a T sound, it makes a D sound. So if we have a word like this word, bottle, I'm trying to say it with a T sound, bottle, and with a D sound, bottle. So yeah, so a lot of English words we're using there's a T, but actually we say a D sound. Another one might be computer, but you might hear computer. Of course, when people are speaking very fast, computer. I like my new computer. It might be a D sound. So this confuses students. The T sometimes makes a D sound. And I'm going to put sometimes. So is there a rule? No, there's no rule. And this is where it gets really, really confusing because it really depends on the region you are in the world. So some native speakers might use a T sound. Some native speakers might use a D sound. If they only say the word, I might say bottle. But if they put it in a sentence, so sometimes they might use a T sound, but when they put it in a sentence, they use a D sound. So this is confusing. Sometimes it's a T, sometimes it's a D sound, some words. Not in words like today and tomorrow. These are true T. They're always a T sound. True T means always T sound. You cannot say the day or the tomorrow. You cannot use a D sound. But there are a lot of words where it could be T or D depending on who's speaking. So going up to wedding and wedding. Now he's asking, are these the same? Are these the same sound? No. And yes. Yes and no. It depends. So I'm sure some native speakers might say these two words the same. We're very close. Wedding, wedding. I'm sure some native speakers might say wedding and wetting. He's wetting. It's hard to change my pronunciation. Okay, so yeah, again, there is no rule. Some native speakers might be the same, some native speakers a little different, and some native speakers a lot is different. Okay, what should the student copy? You just copy your teacher. Whoever's teaching you, just copy them. All right, so that answers your question. And I know you guys are I know you're disappointed by the answer of the T because it's complicated. You guys like simple. I like simple, but I'm just going to move on to a few more examples of the T sound. You guys are not going to like this. There's another T sound called the glottal stop. Let's use... Now, a glottal stop is a sound, or it's dealing with your breathing. I don't know how to explain it. Just there's a disruption in the air in your throat. So when you see this word, you might think fountain, fountain, fountain. But a glottal stop means some people might fountain, fountain, fountain. They might reduce the T or get rid of the T, and it just sounds like fountain, 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 T sound, fountain. That's the glottal stop. I'm not teaching glottal stop here. I'm not an expert on the glottal stop. Excuse me, but there's words that are like that. And the last one is just silent T. So some words have silent T. What word has a silent T? Oh, this one. So this word, some native speakers, T is silent, and some native speakers, we say the T. So some native speakers will say often, and some native speakers will say often. Again, it depends on the region in the world. But let's see. What's a true silent T word? Maybe castle. Definitely, we don't hear a T sound in castle. Castle. There's no T sound. There's a silent T. All right, so the T sound, a lot of words have true T. It's always T, today, tomorrow. You cannot change that. A lot of words, the T makes a D sound, especially when the native speaker is speaking fast. Glottal stop, and a silent T. All right, I think that's enough for that question. I know you guys, oh, that's too much. It's too much for me. Let's see what you guys are talking about. All right, I'm going to check the chat. Oh, thank you, Grace, for my coffee money. What's the difference between using Cambridge and dictionary and Oxford? I just feel the Oxford example sentences and definition are simpler, easier to learn. All right. Both Cambridge and Oxford are both great dictionaries. Just I prefer. That's my preference. But I recommend you guys check Oxford or Cambridge. and use which one you feel is better. Michelle, when T is between two vowels, I pronounce D. Yeah, that can be a rule, Michelle, but it can be broken. Alex, the awkward moment you have an American British pronunciation and you're living in Australia. Marty, most of the British pronunciation often. Well, we can check that. So another resource I like to use is Youglish. And we type in often and we can check UK pronunciation.
From making long, arduous, expensive, and often pointless.
Now I didn't hear a T sound from this British person.
Expensive and often
No, she didn't say the T sound.
Etc. We should all look at the moon a bit more often. We don't. Why don't we?
He didn't say the T. He's British. He didn't say the T sound.
Christians often kept sacred paintings.
Another British person, didn't use the T sound. So, Marty, you said most of the British pronounce T often. Well, Youglish tells us the real story.
Things behind.
Because quite often there isn't.
All right, he said T sound. Let's go back a little bit.
We'd got for the project so that to just enhance the...
I lost it.
Because quite often there isn't.
He said quite often. He used the T sound. So 4 British people, 1 used the T sound.
The films I make are often looking at...
Because quite often there isn't.
She used...
The films I make are often looking at...
She definitely used the T sound. So 5, 2 used the T sound. Anyway, I use Youglish to check pronunciation. If we checked, that was British. If I did a quick check of American, US.
And often commits great harm in the present in order to...
I didn't hear.
How often do you get it?
How often?
Goodness gracious.
How often? I don't think he said the T sound.
In work and family, we often have 2 phrases.
We often have, I don't think he said it.
And it begins to actually often go against the grain.
She didn't say it.
Painter Paul Cézanne so often thought his works...
I think she said the T sound. Anyway. We can check Australia. Australia.
Our conversations often went like this. So.
She didn't say it.
I know when we talk about AI, we often talk about a world of robots.
She didn't say it.
In a relationship. And because of that, you tend to...
The term or the phrase often used with clients and audience
is often believed by the general public.
She didn't say it, so it seems like Australians don't use the T. All right, what do you guys... Win now. Wow. Oh, Win. Hello, Win. How are you doing, Win? You guys, if you don't know, every day I'm checking the news in Myanmar, and Win is updating her Facebook, and we can see how brave Win is every day. Keep struggling, keep fighting it to get back your government in Myanmar. Samaria Youglish. Youglish is essential to find pronunciation. All right, guys, I'm going to end the live stream. And if you didn't know, if you came late, all the questions I answered in this live stream were asked before the live stream. So before I do a future Q&A, a few hours before, or maybe a few days, I will put a community post, and you write your questions in the community post, and that will give me time to prepare answers to the questions. So I can give better answers to the questions. So you saw like the T sound today, I prepared, I was able to give the 4 usages of the T sound, which might be helpful, if better than if I didn't prepare. All right, guys, so thanks a lot, and I'll see you next week. If I didn't answer your question, I wasn't answering any chat room questions today. I'm sorry. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you are notified when I post, or when I post on the community asking for you to tell me your questions. All right, Layla, you said we are unlucky today because I couldn't ask any English questions. Layla, you still asked many questions. I answered your questions. Not in the comments section. There's a community tab section on the website. I'll just go back to the community tab. So on a website, let's go. So if you go to YouTube, and I'm just going to choose another person's.
Look at that.
So this guy, Ryan Reynolds, there's a community tab, and when you click on the community tab, you can see that. Now, make sure when you subscribe, like I'm doing to Ryan Reynolds, you make sure you hit this bell and all notifications so you know when we post. Now, actually, I'm going to unsubscribe to Ryan Reynolds. He's a great actor, but I don't want to see his YouTube channel. All right, thank you, guys.